Hello everyone. We are going to read you Little Red Riding Hood today. I've got my helper here. Do you want to wave hello? No. So here's our book. Let's see what happens. Once upon a time there lived a little girl called Little Red Riding Hood. Everyone called her this because she always wore a red cloak and hood. One day Little Red Riding Hood's mother asked her to take some bread and cakes to her grandma who lived in the middle of a forest. Little Red Riding Hood set off down the path to her grandma's cottage in the forest. She passed a friendly woodcutter on the way. A wicked wolf was watching her, and as she came closer, he stepped out from behind a tree. Hello, Little Red Riding Hood, he said, smiling. Where are you going? To see my grandma, she replied. Where does your grandma live? Asked the wicked wolf. In the cottage under the big oak tree, she replied. The wicked wolf was very hungry. He thought Little Red Riding Hood would taste good to eat. He wanted to get to Grandma's cottage before she did, so he quickly said goodbye. He's up to no good, isn't he? The wicked wolf went straight to the cottage under the big oak tree. He knocked on the door, pretending to be Little Red Riding Hood. It's me, Grandma, he said in a squeaky voice. Lift the latch and come in, my dear, Grandma replied. As soon as he stepped inside, the wicked wolf pounced on Grandma. He swallowed her in one gulp. Ooh, poor old Grandma. Down into the wolf's belly. Uh-oh. Quickly, he put on a nightdress and cap, and then he jumped into bed and waited. When Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the cottage, she saw the door was open. It's me, Grandma, she called out. There was no reply, so she went upstairs to Grandma's bedroom. Grandma was in bed, but she looked different. Can you see, Whoops? What's different about Grandma? Grandma, what big ears you have, said Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, the better to hear you with, my dear, replied the wicked wolf. Grandma, what big eyes you have, said Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, the better to see you with, my dear. Come closer, child, replied the wicked wolf. Uh-oh. Be careful, Little Red Riding Hood. What's going to happen? Oh, Grandma, what big teeth you have, cried Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, the better to eat you with, the wicked wolf snarled. Then he sprang out of bed and swallowed Little Red Riding Hood in one gulp. Uh-oh. It was the wolf all along. The friendly woodcutter had just finished his work and decided to call in at Grandma's for a cup of tea. When he arrived, the door was open and Little Red Riding Hood's basket was on the table. Grandma! Little Red Riding Hood! He called out. There was no reply, so he went upstairs to look for them. Let me show the kids the picture. The wicked wolf was hiding under the bedclothes, but when the woodcutter came into the room, the wicked wolf leapt out of bed. The woodcutter saw the wicked wolf's big stomach, and he knew he must have eaten Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood. So he lifted his axe, and then with one blow he killed the wicked wolf. Look how big his tummy is. Why is his tummy so big, Abs? Who might be in the tummy? And then he cut open the Wicked Wolf's stomach, and out came Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood. They were unhurt because the Wicked Wolf had swallowed them whole. Grandma made them all a cup of tea, and they ate the cakes that Little Red Riding Hood had bought, and they all lived happily ever after. And that's the end of the story. What did you reckon, Abby? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I give it a thumbs up. Bye, guys.